How to install a Bestar Murphy bed. This video demonstrates installation of a pure Murphy bed. All instructions and/or warnings, as well as the installation of the anchor mechanism, are universal for Murphy beds throughout the Bestar line. Installation should be completed by no less than 2 qualified individuals. Make sure the tools shown are available. Lay down cardboard to protect the floor. Begin by placing panels 30, 31, 41, 70, and 83 on top of the cardboard. Step 1. Insert wood dowels GO-796 into the side holes in panel 41. Insert cam H03 by hand into the holes in panel 41. Insert wood dowels GO-796 into the side holes in panel 83. Insert wood dowels GO-796 into the specified holes in panel 70. Insert wood dowels GO-796 into the specified middle holes in panels 30 and 31. Using a hammer, gently tap legs PA-844 into the bottom holes of panels 30 and 31. Step 2. Hold panel 41 in place on its side, making certain that the holes with cam H03 are near the floor. Place panel 30 at the end of panel 41, making certain that all 4 holes of panel 30 are facing panel 41. Insert panel 30 into the dowels of panel 41. Repeat this step for panel 31. Place board 83 between boards 30 and 31. Lock into place by inserting the dowels of board 83 into the top middle holes of panels 30 and 31. Insert screws VC-204 into the holes of panel 31, connecting to panel 41. Using a drill, screw VC-204 and attach panel 30 to 41. Repeat this step for panel 30. Step 3. Place panel 70 between panels 30 and 31 and slide it into place beneath board 83. Insert screws VC-204 into the middle holes of panel 30. Repeat this step for panel 31. Using a drill, screw VC-204 and attach panel 70 to panel 30. Repeat this step for panel 31. Place panel 71 between panels 30 and 31 and align holes to panel 41. Make sure the warning label is facing the floor. Insert screws VC-204 into the holes of panel 30 and 31, connecting to panel 41. Insert screws VC-204 into the holes of panel 71, connecting to panel 41. Using a drill, screw VC-204 and attach panels 30 and 31 to 71 and attach panel 71 to 41. Step 4. Some steps may not apply for different types of walls. Instructions for masonry will follow this video in the annex chapter. This installation was completed on a wall with wood studs. Carefully lift from both sides and place the structure in a vertical position, making sure that the warning sticker is facing outward. Step 5. Read the following warnings before proceeding with installation. Failure to properly attach the bed to the wall could result in serious injury or death. Determine the position of the bed in the room. And mark the spot on the wall with a pencil. Move the bed if necessary, then remove the floor trim completely. This will be necessary to properly anchor the bed. Use a stud finder to locate and mark 2 studs. Put the bed back in its desired position. Level the bed by adjusting the previously installed legs PA-844. If you install the bed on carpet, you must raise the bed an extra 3/8 of an inch, or 10 millimeters. Line up back panel 71 on the wall and mark the middle of the studs on the back panel. Pre-drill panel 71 with one pilot hole of 1/8 inch or 3 millimeter diameter per stud, 2 holes in total. Do not drill holes into the wood studs. Put the screws VB-1134 through the holes of panel 71. Screw them into the center of the studs until the plywood is tight against the wall. Depending on the wall construction, another length of screw may be needed. Screws must enter at least 2 inches into the wood stud for secure installation. Use an electric screwdriver with an adjustable tension clutch to help prevent over-tightening and stripping. Step 6. Part names or numbers in this section will appear in subtitles only. Make certain all nuts are tightened. Step 7. Attach piece KI-7652-V with KI-7652-C using bolt KI-985-M, making sure to place the tube portion of KI-7252-V as specified in the assembly guide, as this position differs depending on the model being assembled. Step 8. Lift and insert the assembled metal base into the structure attached to the wall. Push the metal base in until it touches the wood dowels previously installed in panels 30 and 31. Place a level on KI-7252-W and adjust the leg levelers until the tube is level. Adjust the position of the back tube KI-7252-W until it rests against the wall. Step 9. Step 10. Place piece KI-7652-A-1 on the floor opposite of KI-7652-A-2, making sure that the Velcro bands are placed upwards. Step 11. Correct positioning of this piece is important. The end with 1.4 inches of space between pieces KI-7652-A-5 and the first hole should rest against the middle of piece KI-7652-A-3. The end with 3.9 inches of space between piece KI-7652-A-5 and the first hole should rest against the middle of piece KI-7652-A-4. Attach piece KI-7652-A-5 to the rest of the frame using bolt KI-7652-M and nut KI-7652-O. Step 12. Step 13. Lift and insert the metal frame you have assembled into the structure attached to the wall. Place the bearings on the frame into the bearing support of piece KI 7652-C and KI 7652-D that were previously assembled and attached to the wall. Close the metal frame and gently hold it vertically. Measure the distance between the metal frame and the wood gable, making sure it is equal on each side. Move the base to adjust the distance on top. Mark the bottom of your wall. Step 14. Making certain that your measurements are marked from the previous step, lift and remove the metal frame that you have assembled from the structure attached to the wall. This installation was completed on a wall with wood studs. Some steps may not apply for different types of walls. Instructions for masonry will follow this video in the annex chapter. Step 15. Using screws VB-1134 x 6, attach the pivot mechanism KI-7652-W-1 to the sill plate, making sure that the pivot mechanism is securely fastened to the sill plate. It is possible that another length of screw might be needed depending on the wall construction. The following steps detail anchoring the bed to a cement floor. Other types of flooring may require alternate methods of installation, which will be covered in this video. If a concrete floor is found, use a 3/16 inch masonry drill to create pilot holes in the wall aligned with the holes in the metal tube. Using screws VB-1134 x 6, attach the pivot mechanism KI-7652-W-1 to the floor, making sure that the pivot mechanism is securely fastened to the floor. It is possible that another length of screw might be needed depending on the floor construction. Attach cylinder KI-7652-J to the frame, making sure that the nuts are completely tightened. Please note that the nylon side of the nut must face outward. The threads should extend past the end of the nut when tightened. Opening the bed will be very difficult after the installation of the pistons. Follow the steps until the end. Once the mattress and front panels are installed, the bed will be easier to open. Place the leg sticker warning on frame piece KI-7652-A-3, making sure that it is facing outward. Step 17. Lift and insert the assembled metal frame into the structure attached to the wall. Place bearings on the frame into the bearing support that were previously assembled and attached to the wall. Raise the piston into the vertical position. Step 18. Put piece KI-7652-P over the exposed bearing, making sure that the L-shaped side sits towards the assembled bed frame. Place the bearings equally on each side before attaching them. Position the bearing support in such a way as to lock. Firmly tighten the bearing support screws. Step 19. Raise the bed frame into the vertical position until it rests against the back of the structure attached to the wall. Insert cylinder KI-7652-J into its support on pieces KI-7652-C and KI-7652-D. The nut holding cylinder KI-7652-J must be completely tightened. Step 20. Using an object to keep the bed frame partially open, attach the bed legs KI-985-H to either side of the bed frame, making sure that a washer is on both sides of the frame. Tighten securely. Attach rod KI-985-I to the bed legs and tighten securely. Step 21. Carefully open the bed frame and have a person hold it during this step. Place plastic caps CA-7641 over pieces KI-7652-C and KI-7652-D to hide the exposed cylinder. Attach pieces KI-7652-Y to either side of the bed frame using bolts KI-7652-M and nuts KI-7652-O. Insert nut KI-7652-S halfway into bolt KI-7652-M and screw into the top hole of piece KI-7652-Y. For wall bed models outside the Pure collection, these parts may differ slightly. Step 22. Carefully close the bed frame. Adjust the bed frame to the correct vertical position. It must be perfectly parallel to the base cabinet. Adjustments are made by screwing and unscrewing bolt KI-7652-M and locking it into place with the nut attached. Step 23. Open the bed frame carefully and have a partner hold it during this step. Insert wood slat KI-985-R into pieces KI-985-S and KI-7652-A-8. Using the mallet MA-1138, tap KI-7652-A-8 into the middle of the bed frame in the holes closest to the leg of the bed. Use the mallet to tap KI-985-S into the edge of the bed frame in the holes closest to the leg of the bed. Repeat these steps on both sides of the bed frame until all wood slats have been installed. Step 24. Close the bed frame carefully and use an object to keep the frame partially opened. Attach panel support CR-7639 into board 80 using screws 3500-400350. Make sure that the panel supports are installed with the open end facing towards the unfinished edge of board 80. Attach board 80 into the bottom of the cabinet with the finished edge facing upward. Step 25. Place panel 60 on a protected floor with the top of the panel opposite of the assembled cabinet. Attach brackets KI-985-K to panel 60 by drilling screws 3500-400350 into the pre-drilled holes. Make sure that the brackets are installed with the open end facing towards the bottom of panel 60. Place panel 60 into a vertical position. Attach handle PO-959 to panel 60 with bolts VF-232 using the pre-drilled holes. Repeat these steps for panel 61. Steps 26 and 27. Place panel 61 on a protected floor. Be careful not to damage components, as the handle is now attached to the panel. Starting even on the top of panel 61, place strip EX-7635 along the edge opposite of the handle. Use screws VR 0-207 to attach the strip to board 61. Cut off the excess of the strip. Step 28. Lift the facade and bring it against the bed frame, making sure that handle P0-959 is near the middle of the bed frame. Slowly lower the facade until brackets KI-985-K slide into the top, middle, and bottom metal bars of the bed frame. Repeat this step for the second facade. Step 29. Move the facades to the left or to the right until the space is the same on each side. Step 30. Carefully open the bed frame and have your partner hold it during this step. Attach the facade to the bed frame using screws VR-215 and the frame's pre-drilled holes. Step 31. Insert pins H-36 into board 85. Attach board 85 to the top of the bed. Turn the previously installed pucks in panel 41 to lock pins H-36 in place. It's now time to enjoy your new Murphy bed. We're confident that you will be satisfied with your purchase, but if you have any questions or concerns, we encourage you to reach out to our customer service team for assistance. Thank you for choosing Bestar. Keep watching for instructions on installing optional storage cabinets. Storage cabinet installation. Arrange the storage cabinets as desired, referring to each product's assembly guide for installation and safety instructions. Make sure to properly install the anti-tilt device ST-760 following the directions provided in the hardware bag included in the storage product box. This must be done prior to attachment of the storage unit to the bed cabinet. Open the bed frame carefully and have a partner hold it during this step. Using a drill, make a complete hole that will allow for the installation of bolts 2004-MM4X35CS, which are included in the storage product box. Drawer installation. Assemble the storage drawers and install sliders in the storage cabinets. Refer to the product assembly guide for installation and safety instructions. Align the drawer sliders with the sliders in the storage cabinet. Gently push until the drawer face comes flush with the storage cabinet.